Now, from WYDC TV, this is Big Fox News at 10.
The second annual Chemung Restaurant Week is here. Our Maggie Hall spoke with the Chemung Chamber of Commerce and 2 participating restaurants about this event.
The Restaurant Week, what people don't realize is that Chemung County actually has, over almost 100 restaurants in just our county alone. This event offers our local and even tourists the opportunity to try a variety of dining experiences at discounted rates this week.
This is a great chance for small local businesses to reach more people in our community. So I talked to 2 of those businesses. First up is Ella's Acres Homestead Kitchen.
Ella's Acres is a farm-to-table restaurant. We take pride in sourcing a majority of our ingredients from local businesses and farms. Supporting local businesses is kind of the basis of what we started our business on. It's a big part of what we do here at Ella's Acres. We try to include as many local businesses and farms as we can.
Next up is the Harry Potter themed bakery, Honeydukes.
We are an allergen-friendly bakery, but we like to keep things a little weird. We like different flavors like blackberry and lavender that people might not have heard or seen all the time, and baked goods.
They have a drink special going on for Chemung County Restaurant Week.
So we have some of our drinks on sale. We have soda floats, bubble teas, and all of our iced lattes and macchiatos, which we do a Slytherin macchiato, so that's fun.
For a full list of participating restaurants, visit chemungchamber.org. Maggie Hall, Big Fox News, Chemung County.
Congressman Nick Langworthy has introduced a new agriculture bill. The Dairy Pricing Opportunity Act of 2023 is a bipartisan bill. The bill is intended to create stability within the dairy market and ensure farmers are receiving proper compensation for their product. The bill was introduced with Congressman Joe Morelli with the support of Senators Gillibrand and Collins. The Chemung County Sheriff's Office has 2 new deputies. Deputy Sheriff Justin Young and Deputy Sheriff Andrew DeMuth were sworn in yesterday in Elmira. Both deputies are graduates of Horseheads High School. Deputy Young worked as a corrections officer at the Chemung County Jail previously. Deputy DeMuth worked for the Heavy Equipment Operators Union prior to working with the Sheriff's Office. There's a battle over TikTok, with questions being raised about whether it should be banned. Lawmakers say they have concerns about the social media app after Thursday's contentious hearing on Capitol Hill. Aisha Hasni has more from Washington.
The CEO of TikTok in the hot seat on Capitol Hill Thursday as lawmakers from both sides of the aisle expressed skepticism about the company.
TikTok collects nearly every data point imaginable. TikTok surveils us all. And the Chinese Communist Party is able to use this as a tool to manipulate America as a whole.
The House Energy and Commerce Committee grilling CEO Shou Chew during the 5-hour-long hearing. The primary concerns, the platform's alleged ties to China's government and harmful content targeting young users.
So are teenagers in particular shown more distressing content?
The opposite is true. We actually put in more restrictions to make sure that our teenagers get a better experience.
The CEO attempted to fend off bipartisan calls for a nationwide TikTok ban, arguing that the app's parent company, ByteDance, is not an agent of China. Though he did confirm to lawmakers his own children don't use the app.
Or we do not have the under 13 experience. If they lived here in the United States, I'll let them use the under 13 experience.
At times, the hearing became emotional. In attendance, 2 Long Island parents who lost their son to suicide.
I would just like to see mainly the stopping of promoting these types of videos that my son was getting. It's horrific.
And several bills seeking to ban the app are now circulating through Congress. On Capitol Hill, I'm Aisha Hasni, Fox News.
The Biden administration is responding to a suspected Iranian drone attack which killed an American contractor and injured 5 U.S. service members in Syria. Caroline Shively has more from Washington.
Tensions rising in the Middle East. Late Thursday, a suspected Iranian drone attack in Syria killed an American contractor and left 5 U.S. troops wounded, as well as another U.S. contractor. In response, the U.S. military conducted airstrikes on facilities connected to Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps. Iran proxy forces struck right back, launching rockets at a U.S. base.
We do not seek conflict with Iran. We don't seek escalation with Iran. But the strikes that we took last night were intended to send a very clear message that we will take the protection of our personnel seriously.
This isn't the first attack by pro-Iranian fighters in Syria.
They conduct dozens of these attacks per year. This is the third time that the Biden administration has retaliated for one of these attacks. The attacks usually don't kill Americans. They're unacceptable. I think it is the right response for the U.S. to counterattack.
There are roughly 900 U.S. troops stationed in Syria. Supporters argue their presence helps fight back against the ISIS terrorist group. Earlier this month, a resolution to withdraw those troops within 6 months failed to pass in the House.
That mission against ISIS is still viable. It's still vital. It's still important. And we're going to stay at that.
2 of the wounded service members received medical treatment at the base. The 3 others and the contractor were evacuated to Iraq. In Washington, Caroline Shively, Fox News.
Federal health officials continue to investigate an outbreak of drug-resistant infections linked to eye drops. According to the CDC, at least 3 people have died, and 68 others in 16 states have been diagnosed with a rare infection of the eyes connected to this outbreak. 8 cases of vision loss have been reported, and in 4 cases, the affected patients had their eyeballs surgically removed. Some states to have reported cases include California, Florida, Illinois, Texas, and New York. The EzraCare and Delsum Pharma's artificial tear products were recalled over a potential bacterial contamination. Healthcare providers say symptoms include green, yellow, or clear discharge from the eye, as well as eye pain or discomfort, eye or eyelid redness, increased light sensitivity, and blurry vision. Cell phone and surveillance video showing an uncommon sight in New York City: a cow running through the streets. It happened Tuesday in Brooklyn. The cow escaped a truck outside a slaughterhouse. People from the slaughterhouse and a nearby pizzeria chased the animal. The slaughterhouse was going to keep the cow, but they were contacted by an animal sanctuary in New Jersey. That cow is now being spared and will live at the sanctuary instead. A new survey revealing what the top items Americans are filling their fridges and pantries with to celebrate Easter and Passover. The survey by online grocery delivery company Instacart found Reese's peanut butter eggs were the top-selling Easter candy in more than 24 states last year. Other Easter candy favorites include Kinder chocolate candy eggs and Starburst Easter jelly beans. According to the survey, 74% of respondents like ham as the main dish for Easter supper. In the days leading up to Passover last year, Instacart says its purchasing data shows matzah, rack of lamb, and brisket, all seeing sales increasing. More than 2,000 people participated in the survey. Still ahead, your weekend forecast. Plus,
healthy or harmful? A new study is brewing up some interesting results that may have you looking differently at your next cup of coffee. Marianne Rafferty details coming up.
Here's your local stock market update from Big Fox. Now, your Twin Tiers forecast from Big Fox.
Spring sprung when we were talking about the first day of spring on Monday with that equinox occurring, and noting that temperatures were into the 50s and 60s. However, Old Man Winter was reminding us that we can still have some of these wintry spells, as today was a bit of a chill underneath some of that cloud cover, and we're going to continue to talk about that cloud cover and even a potential of some wintry precipitation as we head into our Saturday morning. As the next system with that early morning arrival could allow for the temperatures that are going to be just around the freezing mark, especially depending on where you are in some of these Finger Lake regions down into areas of Pennsylvania, where we are going to note that some may stay mostly rain showers, while others will at least get that little bit of a mix, maybe some slight icing, but mostly maybe just a light wet snowfall that will melt down pretty easily as we turn to light rain showers, as what's pushing in that precipitation first will be a warm front. We'll stay within that warm pocket, and we could even mention maybe a few rumbles of thunder, especially across areas of Pennsylvania, where more western portions of Pennsylvania will even have a risk to build in some larger hail potential as some of those systems do work their way on through. And we'll time that out in a minute, but note that we will turn to some brighter conditions. The weekend isn't going to be a total washout. Sunday, you should be able to enjoy some of that seasonal sunshine. So rolling through the forecast, we're hitting here around midnight. We have pretty much underneath some mostly to partly cloudy skies, and those will continue to become overcast as the system pushes in. There's your warm front bringing us that chance for maybe a little wintry mix. Then as we head into the afternoon, we'll have to watch this line of storms to bring maybe some rumbles of thunder and some stronger storms to areas of Pennsylvania. And then on the backside of that system, maybe a snowflake or two into the overnight. Not looking at a lot of moisture to work with to end the system to bring us wintry precipitation. However, again, with surfaces being so wet and so warm this time of the year, a lot of this is going to melt on contact, where numbers are staying under an inch across the entire area. It'll be a very wet snowfall that will melt down pretty easily, especially when we look at precipitation numbers. We're looking at maximum a half an inch, minimum will be about a few tenths of an inch. It really will be dependent on maybe some of those stronger thunderstorms that may develop into the afternoon and where some of those waves push through as we are within that warm pocket that does keep our temperatures within the 40s as we head through Saturday, but it's going to be a breezy wind. The wind is going to be gusting upwards about 35 to 45 miles per hour. Strongest of the wind stayed closer to the lakes regions, but note that, or Great Lakes regions, note that local area though, still a wind gust that you'll want to keep yourself wary of, as it will be ongoing with those rain showers. Now, as mentioned, it's a southerly wind within that warm pocket, so we keep temperatures into the 40s with lack of sunshine and the rain around. It will feel a little bit like a chill, but we'll get that seasonable sunshine around for our Sunday, and then we'll be watching a weak wave that comes Monday into Tuesday, and then a stronger wave that could come for the latter half of next work week.